are going to make Philadelphia great again. And it all starts with the defensive line. I promise you, we are going to build a wall. And we are going to make Jerry Jones pay for it.
The Rollie right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying like this. They act like two legends cannot coexist, but I never.
Everybody, Chauncey the most Philly Gem coming at you with another video. And today we are going to talk about a little report that came from Brandon Lee Gotten on Twitter. And it was basically a list of players, known players, that have had a pre-draft visit with the Philadelphia Eagles. So here is that list. So what really sticks out about this list to me is that the Eagles are going to go like one of 3 or 4 ways. They're going to draft a defensive lineman. There's a lot of D tackles, a lot of edge rushers on there. Draft an O lineman. They're going to add more O linemen to the group so they can protect Carson Wentz. That's number 2. They want a safety. They want somebody to bring in and put behind Malcolm Jenkins and see if they can groom that guy into becoming the successor to Malcolm Jenkins. There's corners. They may want to move on from 1 or even 2 of their corners. You could see Jalen Mills along with Rasul Douglas, one of them being traded, but perhaps both of them could be on their way out of Philadelphia. And then there were some wide receivers and some running backs. So that tells you this team is going to make an attempt to add even more weapons at the skill positions to give Carson Wentz more, give him more targets, give him more weapons. The more weapons you give him, the better. So, however, I will say this, just because there's players that are not on the list of the players who are known players that have had pre-draft visits, that does not mean that the Eagles are a lock to draft somebody that's on this list, and that means they're not going to look at anyone else in the draft, because there's a lot of players in the draft. There's a lot of players that the Eagles haven't gotten to yet. You can only have 30 pre-draft visits. The Eagles will probably have more guys. They'll probably bring in more guys during the next week or so. The draft is in 2 weeks from Thursday. So, but if I had to say the one guy that I would want from the list of players that have had pre-draft visits, it's Ed Oliver all day. You put Ed Oliver beside of Fletcher Cox, I'll pray for you. That's all that's all I can say about that, because Ed Oliver is an absolute nightmare for defenses. I think either him or Christian Wilkins would be worth every bit of trading up for. So with that being said, guys, that is it. Let me know what you guys think about the players. Which players that came on the pre-draft visits do you like? Do you guys think we're going to draft anyone on this list? Do you guys think we're going to draft someone that's not on the list? Let me know in the comments.